Not quite sure what's happening here. But there's an ostrich with his head in a rock. Welcome back to beautiful and sunny Madrid. And let me tell you something, you guys. If you come to Madrid in August, it's hot. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so hot. It's been like in the 80s and 90s every day we've been here so far. And I mean, I love the summer. I love the heat. But yeah, I mean, it's hot. If you've been following my videos, you know that we were in the other big theme park here in Madrid yesterday called Park Warner, with some big rides and some fun attractions. And today we are visiting Parque de Attraciones, Madrid. There are some major differences about these two parks. One of them is Park Warner is pretty far outside of the city. You can only get there if you have a car, or if you take a train to a bus, or if you take a special bus that goes all the way from the city, and it's going to take you, however you get there, it's going to take you like between a half an hour and 45 minutes to get there from inside the city. Parque de Attraciones is one of these special places that don't really exist in many places around the world. That's literally inside the city. It is a big amusement park, theme park, and it's right inside the city. So we took the train, the metro, I think 2 or 3 stops from Plaza de España, which is right by our hotel. And here we are. Let's go inside and ride some fun rides. Look, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are here to greet us. We took advantage of a special deal the park is offering. If you come at the moment after 7 o'clock at night, you only pay $19.90 for the entrance. That is a good deal to get into an amusement park. And I'll show you the map here. I haven't been here in a long time, so I don't remember exactly everything that's here, but you can see it's not necessarily a small park. And we just paid $19.90 for all of this. Gracias, Parque de Attraciones. Gracias. The park has a Nickelodeon land here for the little ones, but we're big kids, so we're gonna leave that area for the little ones. There it is down there. I see a roller coaster. This looks like one for the little kids. I don't know if big kids are allowed on this without a child, but back there is an even bigger coaster, so maybe we'll go check that out. Our first ride will be on TNT Tren de la Mina. The entrance is somewhere back here through this castle. I like the theming. Oh, here it is. Look, you can see the people getting into the Tren de la Mina right there. First ride done. TNT El Tren de la Mina. The ride itself was quite fun, and it's a ride that's quite thrilling. It's kind of high. It has some quick changes of direction and drops. And if you've got some smaller thrill seekers in your family who are big enough for the ride, then I think you have a good time on it. However, I'm noticing already that there is a big difference in efficiency of operations at this park compared to Park Warner yesterday. It took a long time for us to get through that short line because they're only running one train, and the way that they are loading people into the station and then into the train was like the most inefficient way I could imagine. Usually, you know, there's like lines of people waiting to get into each car when the train pulls in the station. So it's already been decided who's sitting in the first row, who's sitting in the second row, who's sitting in the third row, blah, blah, blah. Train comes into the station, the people are getting out, and then immediately the gates open and the next people can get in. But here, they kept the station empty. So train pulls in, people get out. Once everybody's out of the station on the other side, then they start letting the oncoming riders into the station. Then Everybody decides what seat they're gonna get in, and when everybody's in a row, then they open the gates. That's not the best way to do it. Anyways, we had a good time, and now we are trying to decide what we're gonna do next. Marcus just noticed they have Hogwarts merchandise here. I wonder if they have some kind of deal with Universal or who's producing this merchandise. They also have some creepy looking stuffed animals with very large eyes. I don't think I want that staring at me while I'm trying to sleep at night. Ooh, look at this coaster. I think this is called El Abismo, and it has a vertical lift and then a really weird hanging corkscrew way up there, and then loops and turns and stuff. That was really intense. And it was another ride where, for parts of it, you hang in the restraints. And the lap bar was really uncomfortable. If you've been on Rip Ride Rocket at Universal Studios, then you know what kind of restraint I'm talking about. It's like a lap bar that comes from the side and goes like this over your stomach. And it just kept, at the bottom of every drop, it just kept getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And it was really uncomfortable. Like I was having a hard time breathing. So I guess if I were to ride it again, and I don't think I will, just because I hate that top part of just hanging in the restraints. But I would probably not make my restraints so tight, and I would try to kind of hold it away from my gut, I guess. And now we're gonna try to find the suspended looping coaster, which is a ride that I rode last time I was here, like 18 years ago with my bodyguard, Andreas. And I think it's down here someplace. But look, some of the lights are coming on now. The sun is going down. And I think I saw it. Yeah, it's down here. Oh, there's an Eiffel Tower as well. And Ben & Jerry's. Unicorn. That was not bad at all. I think if I were to ride it again, and we probably will, I'll take off my glasses just because this kind of hurts, you know, when you've got over-the-shoulder restraints on a ride with just a little bit of head banging. This already, you know, is too much. But it's, I like these inverted coasters. This one is built by a different company than most of them have been built by. And so this is a little bit different. It's only 2 across, and so you feel a lot more open, and it feels a lot more like you're flying. And of course, now that it's nighttime, that's also nice. And there's a lot of trees around here, so it goes like really close to the trees, and it kind of feels like, I don't know, like you're like a bat flying through the trees or something. So I really enjoyed that. Look at this amazing view towards our next roller coaster. Right across from the Abismo, this crazy one, is this spinning coaster called Tarantula. I am not a big fan of spinning coasters because I don't like spinning and I don't like going backwards. And both of those things happen on this kind of ride. But I'm gonna go for it. From the line for Tarantula, we can see the flume ride going up over there. I remember it being a really long flume ride, and it goes through mountains and tunnels and things like that, but I really don't want to get wet tonight because we're gonna probably go out to have some drinks or dinner after we leave the park, and I don't want to be wet. And usually the last place to dry when you get wet on a water ride is this area. And of course, when you're walking around an amusement park everybody knows, oh, he must have been on a water ride. But if you're walking around the city and the people don't know that you're at an amusement park, then they're like, oh, that guy had an accident. And I don't want to be that guy. Oh, it's getting dark out. Where's more light? No, here, that's a little bit better. Well, that ride had a very crazy, out of control feeling, which I think a lot of people would think was very fun, but like I said, I don't like going backwards and I don't like spinning around, and we did both on that ride, so I don't know, I don't think I'll be doing it again, but I really like the out of control feeling, and if there was a way to ride it and be sure I could just face forward the whole time, then I would definitely want to go on that again. However, I would much rather ride that roller coaster again than something like this. Look at the Abysmal coaster at night. That looks really cool. And there it goes. Up the tower, hanging in the restraints, and then this part is fun. You know, I didn't mind all these kind of spinny rides when I was a kid, but now as a grown-up, it's like I've used up all that, all my free passes to spinning rides. Can't do them anymore. I'm happy I can still do roller coasters, but I could never get on something like that. I would be miserable. I had heard about this Walking Dead haunt area they have here. It's a year-round haunt, and we came up here to try to do it, but it's sold out already. So it's an extra charge attraction, costs €5, and the guy told us that they're full. So I don't know what else we're gonna do now, but it's getting really dark, which is making it also difficult to film. So check out these pictures. We decided to try this nice little hanging monorail ride. Monorail. I think it's nice to have like chilly, relaxing rides like that at parks because it's fun to do something in between the big, exciting rides, and especially if you're with families where not everybody wants to go on the roller coasters and stuff like that, then it's nice to have things like that that like everybody can do together. And from that ride, we saw like a boat ride that looked kind of like a Jungle Cruise ride. And so we're trying to find that now. Oh, and it's right here. It's called La Jungla. La Jungla. Oh, there's that great big monkey up there. Not quite sure what's happening here. But there's an ostrich with his head in a rock. There's some elephants swimming here in the water. You can look, don't worry, they've got their trunks on. Look, there's a blimpy monorail that we were just riding. And here is a rhinoceros. He was trying to tell something to this guy up here, and I think he got the point. Well, that was cute. I'm glad we did that. And this is going to be our last ride of the night, actually, because we want to get back into the city to get some tasty Spanish food. So, thanks for hanging out with us here. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And special thanks to my Patreons, my VIP Patreons, whose names are running in the darkness over here right now. Hasta la vista.